Hello everyone, and welcome to our tutorial today with the Putnam County District Library. I'm Addie, and today I'm going to talk a little about disaster relief scams. Why? Because unfortunately, natural disasters in some form or another happen everywhere, including our little corner of Northwest Ohio. I remember the flood in Ottawa back in 2007 when FEMA came in and the houses and other buildings had been damaged extensively, and some buildings and homes were even torn down eventually. I know it's hard enough for folks and families to get back on their feet and recover from any such natural disaster. Compounded on that, in today's world, there are rampant opportunities for scammers to take advantage of disaster victims. So I'm sharing the FTC, that's the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC's information in this video in order to prepare you to be ahead of the scammers when disaster strikes. I'm going to include a link at the end of the video for the FTC source webpage. So here are some tips to protect yourself against disaster recovery scammers. Number 1, be wary of any company or person promising immediate cleanup and repairs to your damaged property. Often unlicensed contractors will show up offering to do the work after a disaster, but they may not have the skills or the experience to do a good job. And lack of licensure is never a good thing when it comes to a warranty or any liability issues that may arise if an accident happens. Others may demand payment up front, which is also a no-no. So be wary of immediate cleanup and repairs, those offering immediate cleanup and repairs. Number 2, check out contractors before signing on with them. Before you pay, ask for IDs, licensure, and proof of insurance, and make sure you see all of it in writing. You want written records. You do not want just verbal, verbal agreements or verbal proof. Okay, number 2. Number 3, this is my usual warning. You never want to pay by wire transfer, gift card, cryptocurrency, or in this case, cash. Okay, so if somebody offers repairs to you and they want you to pay in cash, that's not necessarily a good idea. And as I've said in many of my other videos, paying by wire transfer, gift card, cryptocurrency, any of those are more than likely just going to be a scam. Scammers ask for these types of payments because it's almost impossible for you to get your money back once it's gone. And like I said, you never want to pay the cost of repairs up front. In cash, pay a reasonable deposit, but wait to pay the rest until the work is finished satisfactorily. Okay, so pay a deposit and don't pay it in cash. Number 4, another warning that you've heard from me before, guard your personal information. Only scammers will claim to be a government official and then demand money or your credit card, banking information, or social security number. Don't give it to them, okay? So if somebody is asking for any of that personal information, they are not a government official. They are just trying to scam you. Number 5, FEMA does not charge application fees. So if someone wants money to help you qualify for FEMA funds, that's most likely a scam. There is no application fee to apply for FEMA, okay? Number 6, be aware of rental listing scams. I don't know how applicable this is in our area, but when I lived in larger cities, rental listing scams were rampant. These can often also piggyback off of when disaster strikes because people need a place to live while their home is being repaired. So if you go on to Craigslist or any other rental website, if an owner of a property on a rental website asks you to wire money or pay a security deposit or rent before you've met them and signed a lease, that's probably a scam. Or if the rent seems unbelievably cheap for the area or the house, it may also be a scam. So just be very wary. It's not guaranteed to be a scam, but you should be aware that that's definitely a possibility. Okay, so you should never pay a security deposit or rent before you meet and see the property and agree with a lease. Okay? And number 7, scammers also try to profit off of disaster relief charity events or donation drives. So if you personally have not been affected by a natural disaster, but you want to donate to help other disaster victims, you should check out the FTC's website on donating wisely and avoiding charity scams. I'm going to include a link to this too at the end of the video. Okay, so very often scammers try to bank on these charity events or these charity drives online especially So I would check out the FTC's website. They have a lot of good information specifically on avoiding scams related to charity drives. Okay, so the FTC also has further information about how to avoid disaster recovery scams on their website, more than I could cover in today's video without it being really long. So I'm going to include the link for that page as well. I definitely encourage you to check it out. Like I said, disaster happens everywhere, so I want you to be prepared so that you don't have a further disaster by being scammed by somebody. Okay, thanks for watching.